Good afternoon, everyone from Prague. Hello, my name is Yeta Sachia, and I'm the admissions director here at the Anglo-American University. We will just give it a couple of more minutes so that all the other people can join for the session and we can get started. Thank you. Just a little bit of housekeeping as I see people joining in. Please note that everyone is muted upon entry. However, there's not going to be a Q&A session as well in the webinar, but our team is available to answer any questions that you might have during the chat lines or in the FAIR booth as well. Let's just give it a couple of more minutes and we can get started. Thank you.
Well, hello everyone, and welcome again from me to this webinar about study programs and options at Anglo-American University in Prague in the Czech Republic. My name is Eva Rivera. I'm the VP for Institutional Advancement at AAU and also professor at AAU's John H. Carey School of Law. Now, I will now stop my video again just to make sure we have the best internet connection possible. So I apologize for that, but it's probably a safer way to do this. And right, so now before we get into the details about study programs at AAU, I would like to thank you all for your interest in our university and in the possibility to study abroad. And I think it is especially important in the challenging times we are living not to give up and to continue exploring your plans and dreams. So I think you're all doing the right thing just by being here at this virtual fair with us today. So let's get started, and I want to begin with some introductions. You have already heard a couple of words from Yeta, our Director of Admissions, who will be telling you everything important about AAU and our degree programs. And also joining us during the webinar will be Marie, our program coordinator for study abroad programs. Both Yeta and Marie will also be available on our booth and the chat hours to answer your questions, and so will be free of our faculty members, Dr. Joshua Hayden, Dr. Joe Weintraub, and Dr. Mark Samples, who will have some interesting information for you should you be interested in a special project we're offering this year in our virtual summer schools at AAU. Now, this webinar is designed to give you an idea about Anglo-American University and the beautiful city of Prague and explain as much as possible about the broad variety of programs we offer. And of course, we will also give you some heads ups on the COVID situation in the Czech Republic, which is not too bad, and how AAU is adapting to it. To most things being back to normal very soon. And with that, I'm now handing back to Jetta, who will start with telling you more about our beautiful city. But even before that, we want to get you in the mood for Prague and AAU with a short video featuring our university, which is celebrating its 30 years anniversary this year.
All right. So this is just a glimpse of AAU and where we are located. But to give you more an idea, we're located in Prague in the Czech Republic. The campus of the Anglo-American University is located right next to the Charles Bridge and in the steps of the Prague Castle. Prague is also known to be the city of 100 spires, as well as the Golden City, and it's a magic, pulsating metropole. It technically gives you everything that other European capital cities give you, just it's smaller and it's attractive. It's very safe, it's very well connected with the rest of Europe, yet at the very same time is affordable. It's an innovative entrepreneurial hub where you can also feel the historical and cultural vibe in every corner of the city. At AAU, you would be attending classes with students along from 80 different nationalities throughout the world, and it's heavily based on discussion and engagement throughout the classroom and outside the classroom. AAU was founded in 1990, and as a matter of fact, this year we are celebrating our 30th year anniversary. Okay, so when we decide why Prague and why we would look at the studying in Prague, one would say that Prague is one of the top 10 best student cities in the world. The very first university ever founded in Central Europe was actually founded in Prague in 1348, and since then Prague has remained a very student-focused oriented city. We also have the 5th best public transportation in the entire world. It's cheap, it's quick, reliable, and very safe. You can get anywhere from one end of one city to the other end through the metro, bus, tram at any time of the day or night, and it's very reliable at the same time. Currently, the Czech Republic has the lowest unemployment rate within the European Union. It only has a 2% unemployment rate, according to the data back in January 2020. There is a lot of job opportunities available, especially if you are in English speaking, you would very easily find a job. It's the 6th safest city in the world. You can walk around the city without any problems. The crime rate is very low, and the areas, most of the areas are very safe to walk around even late at night. Last but not least, Prague is very affordable. Now, there are a lot of beautiful cities, and unfortunately, they're not attainable beyond a couple of days. However, Prague is not one of them. You can get a steak dinner for $8, or you can go to a museum for $6. So it's very attractive in these terms, and no matter what you want to do, there is a way to do it in any budget. Now, speaking of the budget, I'd like just to share with you some facts when it comes to the cost of living. If you're planning to move to Prague, you should look at the budget of a total between $800 to $1,000 per month, and that includes the meals, accommodation, public transportation, as well as entertainment. At AAU, as a student, you'd be offered to stay at the AAU residences, which are fully equipped and modern and have 24/7 security. And you can choose between living in a double or a shared or a single bedroom, technically, for an amount of $500 approximately per month. Now, all of this to back it up, there's valid ways to earn some cash, and you could find a student job with a student visa that you have. And in a monthly timeline, you could earn between $300 to $720 per month. When you look at the AAU as an institution itself, there are several key characteristics that I would say differentiate us in terms of the other institutions. We are globally recognized, meaning that all programs are taught entirely in English and implement the American higher education approaches and methodologies. Now, AAU holds both the Czech accreditation as well as the American accreditation. The American accreditation comes from WASC Senior College and University Commission accreditation, which is actually a North American accreditation based in California. We are a very international school. Now, as I mentioned, we have students from 80 countries all over the world. Therefore, it's an ideal way to actually meet people from different cultures and backgrounds and get to know more about each other. We have high quality degrees in terms of having professors who teach them from all over the world. Now, what is most important and what we encourage throughout all the time is to blend theory with practice. So if you take a class, for example, a business class, that class will always be accompanied with business case studies from the real world. So you actually get to see what's happening in the real world. And all classes are interactive and they apply learning, meaning that you'd get to engage in projects, in groups, and you'd get to study also outside of the classroom. If you just want to have a sneak peek of our campus and the building, so here you can see some pictures of the area inside. AAU is located in a palace, in a 17th century palace, and it's in the Prague's historic district in the Old Town. You can actually see the castle as you walk into the AAU building. And again, from the 4th floor, you have breathtaking panoramic views from the entire city. Once you actually sit in the classroom, you'll feel that you are really in Prague. The premises, we have 17 fully modern equipped classrooms. So everything is in one place. You don't have to go from one corner to the other corner of the city. So everything is there. And then you have also student lounges, you have gaming room, cafeteria, and then cafeteria is run by 2 Irishmen, Bill and Kieran, as well as it's very packed, especially during the exam week. There is also the computer lab where students have access to, and the library. Now, the library has the largest collection of English books in the Czech Republic. Now, the back door of the campus, I'll show you in the upcoming picture as well. The back door of the campus is populated with ducks and peacocks, and it regularly, students, especially during the springtime, you can see that they're taking classes outside as well. So it's a very nice, friendly environment. To have an overview of the programs of the schools that we offer, we will cover them thoroughly, but in general, we are a liberal arts university. Therefore, we offer choices in humanities, social and natural sciences, as well as arts. Now, the School of Business is our largest school, and graduates from the School of Business can expect to have actionable knowledge of business and organizational theories and principles. They are able to solve complex and organizational, as well as work independently in teams and in cultural environments. When you look at the School of Humanities and Social Sciences, you could have a number of different classes, so you can really get what you want across of the field by taking classes in anthropology, sociology, psychology, and sort of have a good grasp of where the humankind has come. After graduation, students mostly tend to work in the field of politics and education mostly. The School of International Relations and Diplomacy is the fastest growing school actually at AAU, and it offers accredited bachelor's and master's programs that are designed to give you a depth understanding of the theories of the international relations, as well as the historical background that comes with it. We also have the School of Journalism, Media, and Visual Arts, which is mostly focused on where are we going rather than where have we been. Now, it trains students, again, as I said, with the practical side of it, and it basically gives students to be competent in multi-skilled in print and also new media platforms, including social media here. Now, the School of Visual Arts as well, and the journalism, it gives a good understanding of the political, economic, social issues that are actually happening and gives a good blending of news as well as media at the same time. Last but not least, we also have the John Kerry School of Law, which actually embraces the common law tradition, and it gives a very personalized classroom experience. Within the School of Law, you have classes with only 5 students that really gets you to know the environment and each other. Now, students enroll at AAU, which is technically a University of London recognized teaching center, and you can complete the certificate, graduate, and postgraduate levels of your studies. Now, all of this is backed up again by the University of London Consortium, which at the end of the day means that you will be receiving a degree from University of London at a much more affordable price. There are several ways to actually study at AAU. On this slide, you can see different programs that we have available at AAU. Now, while all connected to the schools of studies, they are very different in their nature, very different in their format, topics, and learning outcomes. I will start by giving you an overview of the degree programs, and then Eva and Marie will both then tell you more in detail about the study programs and special programs which you could pursue for the future. You'd have the degree, undergraduate and graduate programs, semester and summer study abroad programs, summer schools and virtual summer schools, faculty-led programs, special programs for young professionals, the global degree program, the University of Southern California semester abroad in Prague and Trojan transfer plan. And coming soon, there is the Global Campus Experience program, as well as US and UK pathway programs. Now, if you look at the undergraduate degrees, basically, oops. Okay, here we are. Apologies for that. So if you look at the undergraduate programs, each school technically offers bachelor's and concentrations that are within the field of study. If you're going to study business, for example, you can pick, depending on your interest, programs into marketing, communication emphasis, accounting, finance, entrepreneurship, people management, economics, and finance. It all depends on your choices and your combinations that you want to make. If you're looking at studying more into humanities, you can pick more into humanities, society and culture, politics and society, psychology and sociology, and then you have very Jewish studies program, which is a very interesting program, especially when you look at taking it in Prague. International relations, you could choose between the international relations BA, global affairs, international law, as well as in the journalism and visual art studies, you'd have the both programs. Now from the law program, undergraduate studies, there's a certificate which is designed to support law program, which is only at a slower pace, basically. So it's a pathway towards the LLB program, which then is a 3-year LLB program that prepares you for the Bachelor of Laws. You technically will take classes in the contract law, public law, dispute resolution, so it's an array of choices. In addition to the undergraduate programs, those of you who are interested in the graduate and professional programs, we do have the MBA program, which is more geared toward professionals who want to work in the corporate world. We have the business and law international programs if you're looking to specialize in business law, finance, and economics. The MA in international relations and diplomacy, which builds on theory and conceptual knowledge of world affairs, as well as the MA on Humanities, which technically it's a wonderful foundation if you're pursuing or planning to pursue a PhD level of your studies. The last program, the LLM program, I want to focus here because there is an interesting fact about the scholarship that is being distributed by the University of London. So the program, we will start teaching it this fall 2020, and it will be a University of London postgraduate law program. The LLM classes will be held once or twice per weekends per month. Thus, it will allow students to actually focus on their particular interests around their work and home commitments. Now, this is not only designed for lawyers, but it's open for professionals in many sectors, including business and international relations. Students applying for LLM will also have the chance to apply for the Verandi Scholarship, which technically covers all the fees that are payable to the University of London. So it's a wonderful way, and it's open to students from all over the world. We strongly encourage you to use this option because you still then have like you get to study for a fraction of a cost. What would you study in UK and US? And with a scholarship opportunity, the cost comes even lower. When you look at the learning environment, there, no matter what school you want to study, we have very small classroom sizes. Our classes are maximum 25 people. So, and if there is a 26 student in the class, we will open a new section for that. This means that professors get to know so the students very well, and the students get to know each other very well as well. I did mention earlier that we offer interactive learning approaches so that there is heavily based on discussion. While you're actually studying, you'll have access to a range of activities. If you look into details in the website, you'll also see the clubs and everything that's being organized. But I just want to point out the professors in the pub, which is actually one of the most famous events that we have every month in the campus. So students actually pick a topic. For example, we dealt with Me Too movement, with COVID-19 right now, actually, and they discuss it with the professors through the academic lens. There are law school roundtables, MBA open lectures, as well as the conferences and exhibitions that are organized throughout the whole time. Now, while you are actually at AAU, you'll have the support of staff and faculty members at all times. You'll be able to use the services of the program coordinator, who will also help you with the non-academic matters, answers your questions, and provide the overall support during your time at AAU. However, in detail about all of the support, Marie will cover it in the upcoming slides. To continue to talk about the semester and study abroad, I'll pass it to Eva, who will cover it in detail.
Okay, well, thank you very much, Jetta. So actually camera off again, it's better. And yes, so let's continue with the semester and summer study abroad. Now you get a really good idea about AAU's degree programs. So let's have a look at the other educational opportunities we have for you in the heart of Europe. As already mentioned at one of the initial slides, we have a broad variety of programs for you, which goes along with AAU's vision to be a learning hub, catering to many educational needs of today's world. Now, many students, especially from the US, but also from other countries, come to us for a study abroad experience and for a semester or summer session, which lasts either, the summer session, either 3 weeks in June or 6 weeks in July. For these study abroad programs, students enroll in AAU courses and receive a AAU transcript for course transfer to their home university. Courses are offered across AAU's 5 schools, and students benefit, as Jetta mentioned, from the small interactive classes designed for authentic engagement and individual attention from professors, also enjoy cultural immersion and all regular AAU student services. Now, all non-US students can apply for these programs directly to AAU and will receive practical support with housing, visa applications, orientation sessions, etc. And all this, of course, against the magical backdrop that is the city of 100 spires. For US students, there are 2 ways how to study abroad at AAU. Individual students must apply for semester, summer, and more study abroad programs at AAU through AAU's exclusive study abroad partner CEA, Cultural Experiences Abroad, who will provide students with a package of AAU courses and additional student support and services. You can find more info about the application process of CEA at ceastudyaabroad.com. Now, US student cohorts from universities with a special bilateral collaboration agreement with AAU can also participate in customized study abroad programs, and the application process will then be managed between AAU and the student's home university. You can also find more information about our study abroad programs in our Study Abroad at AAU brochure available at our booth at this very fair. And for more info on custom study abroad programs, you can contact directly our program coordinator, Marie, who will also tell you now more about the study abroad experience at AAU.
Thank you, Eva, and hello. Hello from Prague. I would like to begin with the statement that study abroad is not only about studying, it is truly a wholesome learning experience. You will be living in a dorm in a very international environment. You will be immersed into Czech culture and local way of living. You will be figuring out the cultural aspects of living in a different culture and country. And you will also get a chance to learn some Czech and perhaps make some local friends. On the next slide, I will explain how we will support you on this journey. Okay, we will be in touch before your arrival to answer any questions and clarify your concerns regarding studying and living here. We organize a pickup service from the airport to our dorm to make sure you are nicely settled. You will be provided with a public transit pass, which gives you a full access to a great Prague public transportation. This is the best and very safe way to commute and explore Prague. There will be an orientation session at AU to give you an overview of our building and fun places to hang out within and outside of our school. Shortly after your arrival, you will get a chance to meet our team in person while trying out Czech food at a welcome dinner. Together, we will be touring Prague and the country. I will talk about those a couple of slides down and show you some examples of past programs. And finally, throughout the program, you will have access to your program coordinator at AU, which would be me, as well as an option to use our 24/7 emergency support. Now back to Eva with more information on our summer schools.
Okay, so summer schools. Prague summers, I can tell you that, are ideal for joining our 2 to 6 weeks programs on specific topics across academic fields, however, always closely connected to the local context. AAU summer schools are open to individual students from all around the world, so individual enrollment is possible. It doesn't have to be within a group or through your university, but you can enroll individually. And all summer schools provide you with the transferable academic credit. Some popular summer schools at AAU in the last few years were summer schools that we developed tailor-made actually for students from a Mexican university on, for example, commercial trade between the European Union and Latin America. I think that's precisely also the photo you can see in this slide. And another one, which was actually a winter school, not a summer school, was on the subject of the European Union institutions and European law. Another outstanding program was our VIPRE Summer School in 2019, which formed part of a summer school series of the World Intellectual Property Organization, one of the specialized agencies of the UN, and which brought together over 40 participants from literally all over the world, from Africa, over Latin America, Asia, the US, Southern and Northern Europe, at AAU's campus to discuss the latest developments of intellectual property law. All this at the occasion of the 100-year anniversary of the Czech Intellectual Property Office, which made this program really special. Well, and this is precisely what we love to do at AAU, creating special programs. And a few slides further down, I will also tell you about our new summer schools we have prepared for 2020 in, again, very different fields, such as leadership studies, musicology, and Jewish studies. So these are virtual summer schools that we are particularly excited about. So hang on and stay with us, you know, so we can also share this information with you. Now, another type of programs that we have are faculty-led programs. The way they work is that as part of their own curriculum, faculty and student groups from universities and colleges worldwide choose Prague and AAU as their location for a short-term international experience, which forms part of a particular course at their home university. Now, AAU's program coordinator and faculty from both institutions work together on tailor-made contents, co-taught classes, meaning professors from AAU and from the students' home university teach classes together. Experiential learning and extracurricular activities and excursions are part of the programs always as well. These very popular programs were prepared by AAU in the past for student cohorts from, for instance, Purdue University, Central Washington University, Kent State, Harvard University, the University of South Florida, University of Florida, and others. And Marie will actually now explain to you how such programs come to life, so you get a bit of a better idea how this works.
Okay. On designing a program, our team at AU works closely with our partner school. We work together on designing an itinerary and budget the program accordingly. That said, there is a lot of interaction before we have the final itinerary approved, and it usually takes at least 1 to 2 semesters of preparation time before we sign the final agreement. If you are a student and are interested in a faculty-led program in Prague, please talk to your professor about possible collaboration with us. To give you a better idea, I will be showing you a couple of past programs in the next few slides. Okay, let's start with Central Washington University. The Footsteps of Mozart is one of our favorite programs. CVU students come here for a week to discover more about Mozart, Beethoven, Dvorak, and other famous composers, learning not only in the classroom, but also exploring the places where the composers lived and put together their great musical pieces. Together, we visit archives and castles where precious music manuscripts are stored. On this program, we work closely with the Lobkowitz collections, which is a foundation run by the members of the Lobkowitz noble family, who in the past were important benefactors of Dvorak, Beethoven, and other famous composers. As a result, many important manuscripts and pieces of art are stored in their family archives. Since Prague is home to many famous theaters, students filled a lot of the evenings with concerts of all genres and explore Prague individually. Eva will be mentioning this program again since because of COVID, this faculty-led is offered in the form of a virtual summer school in 2020 and open to public. Let me continue with Purdue. Purdue Engineering was almost an entirely faculty-led program since we do not have an engineering school. This was an intense month-long program with a strong student base where students worked in classroom and in the field on their individual engineering projects. We provided orientation plus guest lectures on Central European history to add some culture and a historical background to their program. We also toured Prague, historical museums, and famous sites. On the weekends, a lot of the students took the opportunity to travel to major capitals like Berlin, Vienna, or Amsterdam. Okay, let's continue with VCU International Consulting Program, which is a 2-week program run in collaboration with Virginia Commonwealth University, which takes place both in the US and Prague and has been running very successfully already for 6 years. So what makes it so special? Both VCU and AU students participate in the program not only in the classroom setting, but also additionally work closely with top international companies and organizations on group projects concluded by final presentations to those companies. A popular part of the program is a fun weekend trip to a UNESCO site, Český Krumlov. KSU Theater Studies, another interesting program, which is a 3-week-long program run by Kent State University School of Theater and Dance. This program has been run annually at AU, and students get the chance to explore a vibrant theater scene in Prague, as well as study our first democratic president, Václav Havel's theater plays. A part of the program is a weekend trip, again to Český Krumlov, to the famous revolving theater festivals. The students are encouraged to travel and explore in and out of the country in their free time. And the last program I'll be talking about is a faculty-led, organized in cooperation with the Mumma College of Business of University of South Florida. Again, this program was supposed to repeat in 2020 with even stronger participant base. Focus of the program is the European supply chain management. Frankly, Prague is a great place to study this topic since many international companies chose it as a base for their logistical operations. Apart from USF professor intense lecture time, we provided lectures by our faculty as well as lectures by professionals in this area. Every week we organize a company visit so that students get some practical insight into EU supply chains, which proved an excellent way to build on the class syllabus. The students enjoyed a rich culture program ranging from Prague tours, museum visits, and day excursions to historical and famous sites in and out of Prague. And now back to Eva with more info on special programs.
Okay, great. Thank you very much, Marie. Well, you can see that there's a lot of variety and flexibility in how to create a great faculty-led program. But apart from the study abroad programs, summer schools, and faculty-led programs, we have even more variety to offer in programs that we simply call special programs because they're special, and which are special degree and non-degree programs for undergraduate, graduate, and young professionals, which AAU provides in collaboration with partner universities and institutions. Now, these programs include, for example, the European Journalism Institute, which is a week-long academic experience for early to mid-career journalists and journalism students offered by the Fund for American Studies at AAU. Participants from around the world explore fundamental issues related to journalism ethics, religious reporting, conflict reporting, and business reporting through lectures, discussions, and projects. The program includes housing, meals. It's a free US credits program taught by a variety of notable professors, guest lecturers, and includes culture and social events and opportunities for professional development and networking. Participants who complete the European Journalism Institute will graduate into a global network of over 40,000 TFAS alumni who are living and working in some of the world's most exciting cities, including Washington, D.C., New York, London, Paris, Beirut, Hong Kong, Buenos Aires, and others. This program, while originally scheduled for this July, will now take place in summer 2021, but already now you can find more information about it at the TFAS website at there's a mistake, I'm afraid, in the, well, there will be more information on the last slide about that. So it's tfas.org actually, where you can eventually apply for this European Journalism Institute. Now, another program that will start due to the COVID situation in fall 2021 instead of this fall is the Global Degree Program. The Global Degree Program is a partnership between Anglo University in Prague and Kent State University in Kent, Ohio, in the United States, where students study at 2 universities and choose from 3 degree options in high demand fields, which are emerging media and technology, or computer science, or computer information systems. This special opportunity provides students with a high quality degree, the opportunity to study at one of the most international universities in Europe, which is AAU, as well as at one of the top public universities in the US, which is Kent State, all in the same program. Students will learn global perspectives among peers from more than 100 countries and will be well positioned for a career in the world marketplace. Now, very shortly, I also want to mention a program which could be interesting if there's anybody of you who is thinking of becoming a student at the University of Southern California and have a special head start with an international experience at AAU. And also let me highlight that AAU is developing this type of program that I will be talking about also with other partner institutions. So in case you're a college or university representative and you would like to explore this kind of collaboration inspiration, please let me know. So the program I'm talking about is the University of Southern California Semester Abroad program. And how it works is that prior to the start of their studies in the spring semester at USC, students can participate in the USC Fall Semester in Prague program, which is an exclusive partnership with Anglo-American University. And this program is designed to offer students the opportunity to spend the fall semester abroad at AAU and earning credits that will transfer directly to USC. In this way, students gain both international experience and the chance to get a jump start on their path at USC. Now, this program is also adapted to our current COVID-affected world, and but not postponed. But instead, this year, students will have the option to start the program at AU virtually in fall and then continue with face-to-face classes in spring 2021. Now, a new program just about to be launched at AAU and directly designed out of our new reality as well is the Global Campus Experience Program. The Global Campus Experience Program offers over 60 degree programs delivered fully online in English by University of Arizona professors with student access to AAU campus, facility and services as support of the program, and this way providing a unique in-person college experience with the convenience of a fully online education. Students from all over the world can enroll in this unique program where they will be based in Prague, study online, a University of Arizona degree, with the opportunity to later on also spend a full semester at the University of Arizona's main campus. And finally, and this is now a program designed especially for students from the Czech Republic and other European countries, a few words about the US-UK Pathway program. And again, we are catering here to our current reality, and therefore AAU is developing partnerships with US and UK universities, which will enable European high school students who had their minds and hearts set on university studies in the US or in the UK, but are facing now uncertainties whether this will be possible this fall. So these students can initiate their studies at AAU and then transfer smoothly under eased admission and financial terms to a US or UK university. For more info about this program, please keep checking into the AAU website or write to us in the next couple of weeks as we are finalizing the details of this program. Now, while I hope that we have given you a fair overview of our programs, I would now like to bring your attention especially to what is happening still in 2020, and in particular to a project that we are very excited about, our 2020 virtual summer schools. As many other institutions, we have decided that we will not let ourselves being defeated by the ongoing pandemics. And since we have been lucky enough that the COVID situation in the Czech Republic has been managed very well from the beginning, we actually have been able to already go out there into the city and combine this way the best of virtual education and a real study abroad experience. The result of this effort are free summer schools that feature topics that could not be more genuinely Prague unique. And those are the Threshold of Leadership, Czech Dissidents and Heroes, a summer school taught by Dr. Joshua Hayden. Then the next summer school is The Power of Music, a musical tour of Prague through history taught by Dr. Mark Samples. And a very interesting one as well is the Jewish Summer Experience taught by AAU professor Joseph Weintraub, which will cover the exploration of Jewish contributions to the foundations of European values through the lens of art, architecture, and filmic studies. Now, to give you a bit of a feel, we would like to show you two introductory videos to the summer schools our professors have prepared. The first one on the Leadership Summer School and the second one on the Jewish Studies Summer School. Okay, so let's see if we can manage to put this video on. Here we go.
If I could choose one place in the world to study courageous leadership, it would be Prague, Czech Republic. word for Prague, Praha in Czech, means threshold, as it has been a place of convergence of cultures, ethnicities, and trade since its founding. In this course, The Threshold of Leadership, Czech Dissidents and Heroes, we will study 5 individuals who crossed over the threshold of their own authority, their domain, into leadership as they converged and they energized others with vision and courage. Each of them stood up to authority figures, risking their comfort, their careers, and in many cases, their lives. Our approach will be to immerse you in the world of these leaders by taking you on virtual tours that will explore the dynamics of their contexts.
And you'll get this really interesting, unique experience to peek into the minds of the Czech leaders through the readings that Professor Josh will have you do. And then you'll get to see the actual unique environments of these leaders. You'll get to see places they lived, worked, sometimes even died. And you'll get this experience that not even many Czechs have. You'll get to understand the spirit, the soul of the Czechs, of the Czech leaders.
You will meet people who lived through these difficult times, even people who knew and followed these brave individuals.
In the darkest times of communist oppression, the Czech dissident playwright and essayist Václav Havel came with the idea of the power of the powerless.
We will study classic leadership texts, biographies, writings, and art to draw implications for our own lives, our communities, and our world.
Hello, my name is Joe Weintraub. I'm an American teacher here at Anglo-American University in Prague, and this summer, in our virtual summer school, we will be offering a course called the Jewish Summer Experience. In this course, we will visit sites like the Great Synagogue in Pilsen, which is currently closed for 2 years to restoration, but we have access, so I'll be able to show you some of the specific aspects of the restoration process itself. We will also explore aspects of Jewish culture, such as film, architecture, art, music, history, even cuisine. But most importantly, we will learn the power and significance of stories. So, join us on this adventure. It'll be one you never forget.
So I think these videos gave you a good idea about what to expect in the summer. I almost want to participate in all of those summer schools myself, really. And of course, you can explore more about the content at the AAU website. When you go to AAU website and under academics, you will find the virtual summer schools. As to technicalities and logistics, the special price for each summer school is $800 US. You can receive free transferable US credits, which are equivalent to 6 ESTS credits credits, and the application deadline is the 30th of June. So you are still on time, and frankly, I think that each of those summer schools will be an amazing experience. And don't forget to check out also the summer school on the power of music. And since we know that every program really stands and falls with the professor teaching it, we have invited our three spectacular faculty members, Josh Hayden, Joe Weintraub, who you've both seen in the video, and also Mark Samples, who will be teaching the virtual summer schools in July. And we have invited them to our booth today, and they will be available for you from 11 a.m. till 12 p.m. EST to give you even more insight and info about the virtual summer schools. So don't hesitate to write to our booth chat or directly to the professors during that time window. Now, apart from the virtual summer schools, and thanks to the progressively improving situation in the Czech Republic, COVID related, and I will say a few more words on that in a minute, AAU will also be able to reopen its gates for the fall semester 2020. In fact, student presence on campus is already allowed again in the Czech Republic. So if you're interested in any of our degree programs for 2020, please know that our application is still open, and you can also get more info from Jetta about the application process from 12 till 1 p.m. today during our degree program chat line. And of course, keep in mind the Global Experience program we will offer with the University of Arizona, also starting in fall 2020. Now, of course, a lot will be happening at AAU, especially in 2021, where hopefully also elsewhere in the world, things will be back to normal. At AAU, we will run our regular study abroad programs as well as custom study abroad programs during the semester and summer session. As mentioned, the European Journalism Institute will be offered in summer 2021, and we are already preparing our 2021 faculty-led programs and summer schools. And of course, you can apply for all our undergrad and grad programs for 2021 too, including the KSU Global Degree Program. Therefore, as you've noticed, AAU has a lot to offer. Never mind if you are just finishing high school or are already a university student looking for this unique academic and personal experience abroad. In the first case, if you are a high school student, please do check out our undergraduate options and don't hesitate to visit our booth or write to Jetta between 12 and 1 p.m. today. And if you are in the second case, a university student, reach out to Marie, send an email or chat with us from 1 till 2 p.m. today. Now, if you're a university professor or study abroad professional and interested in taking your students on a faculty-led or other program to Europe's, what we think is the most beautiful capital, or in setting up a freshman program or another collaboration, I will be happy to have a chat today or a call, Zoom, Skype, or anything else we are also familiar with these days, anytime after the fair. Now, finally, but importantly, a last few words summing up the recent COVID update in the Czech Republic. Thankfully, the situation has improved a lot in our country, and I would almost dare to say that we are almost back to normal. The state of emergency has terminated on May 17th. Kids are on the way back to school. Stores are open, and also physical presence of students at campuses is allowed again. EU citizens can already enter the Czech Republic again, and from June 8th, persons entering the Czech Republic from certain European countries will not be required to provide a negative COVID test anymore. So the restrictions still apply for third country citizens, but there's much hope that this fall also this will have changed. Therefore, and reflecting the situation at AAU, we have done the following. The fall semester is compressed and will therefore allow students from states which are exempt from visa requirements, like the United States, for example, to come to the Czech Republic to study in fall 2020 without a visa. Classes will be in the face-to-face format again in fall, however, with the option for those students who, regardless the compressed semester, would possibly face travel restrictions, so those students can take classes also in the virtual format. And so therefore, we hope also you, have a lot of reasons to look forward to some amazing and rewarding time at Anglo and American University in Prague. Until then, Keep in touch, swing by our booth, reach out to our staff at the here provided emails, and take good care. Thank you, and bye for now.
Thank you.